Hey everybody, welcome back once again to Tech Tomorrow. Now today, after my doorbell rang and we came downstairs, I was in for a giant surprise. That's right, a giant surprise, because there was this big old huge Pelican 1730 plastic looking like it can carry a dead body or a bunch of guns sitting at my front door. Took a look at it, said Bulldog, and I was like, now I know what this is. Now, today's video is sponsored by Corsair. Now, I didn't get paid any money for this video whatsoever. I only get to keep one of the pieces of this entire system, and that's the barebone components. Everything else I have to send back. So just for transparency, I know everybody loves, that's what's going on here. But the main important thing is I haven't paid zero money, and the rest of the parts other than one are going back. Now, I kind of feel like Indiana Jones today in that movie where he tells that guy, oh, ha, 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 you know, you bring a whip to a gunfight because like I came to the unboxing with a knife. And I was like, well, that's just not gonna happen right now, so I have to put my little tool away. Now, this thing is, like I said, frickin' humongous. So with that said, let's just take a look at it. Now, first I gotta actually unlock it. It came with 2 locks. I'm surprised it didn't come with a couple men in black standing there as well, because this is the craziest thing I've ever received in all my years of reviewing. Never before have I received something that had 2 locks on it that I had to call up and get the codes for, even to open it. So before we do anything, let's take off the locks and let's see what's inside this giant frickin' box. So alrighty, lock number 1, kaput, off and removed. Ah! No, I'm just kidding. Here, we'll throw it at Jesus. Now we'll throw it to Jesus. How's that? All right, here, catch this. Whoa, lock number 1, and then lock number 2. No, just kidding you. Back out there. I thought there were only a couple of latches, but there are a shit ton of latches on this thing. There are latches down here. There are latches down here. Whew, and then finally, there are 4 more latches here. This thing's tighter than a damn submarine, man. So I try to open this thing. Ugh, holy crap. All right, damn, that's heavy. So, all right, first off, inside the box is the Bulldog. Now, the Bulldog itself is actually a complete Barebones system. Comes with pretty much everything you need. It has the power supply built in, a liquid cooler, an Intel Z series motherboard, just all that's inside of it. We'll get to that. There's just a lot of stuff. Got a bunch of foam. Yeah, foam with the cameraman. Ooh, got him that time. That was pretty good. All right, so let's see here. All right, Core i7 7700K. Core i7 7700K. Everybody, all right, that's the CPU. I'll set that off to the side. Then we've got the parts inside of here. We have Vengeance LPX DDR4, 16 gigabytes. This is 3000 megahertz stuff. You guys can see it. Nice stuff. Corsair Neutron XTI 480 gigabyte SSD drive. Yes, yes, yes. Speed, quick. We also have inside here the Bulldog 2.0. This is the whole Barebones kit and how to build it and all that stuff. We'll be doing the build this weekend, so stick around for that. We can't wait to see how it comes out. But we've got that. Then also inside of here, we have the Corsair Hydro GTX. This is their liquid cooled 1080 card. It'll fit right inside this awesome little case, so everything's gonna be liquid cooled. I mean, you know, the important parts, not the memory or the hard drives or anything like that. SSDs in this case. So we'll just set that off to the side. And then last but not least, we do have the Bulldog in here. So the Bulldog, I am gonna open up for you guys though, and we can check it out. Let me just get this out of here. So, all right, after that, this giant crate is empty. So should I throw the giant crate at the cameraman? What do you guys think? Nah, he'll probably ask me to get extra insurance or something. This right here though is pretty much what you can buy online by itself. So if you're looking to get a barebone system, the Bulldog is itself a barebone complete system. So let's go ahead and let's see though what it really looks like. So we'll take my little trusty knife here, my nice Punisher knife. Some of you guys have said you'd like to see a complete video on my knife collection, so maybe I'll do that. We're thinking about doing different stuff. We're trying to do as much PC as possible though, but I'm willing to flex a little bit if you guys say you really want to see it. I don't have a giant collection of knives. I think I own about like 15 of them, but they're all pretty nifty and different in their own way. Let's go ahead and let's see if we can pop the cap now. All right, we got that. So ba-boom. All right, first of all, let's take a look at how well packed though this is. Look at all the foam and everything that's around the case so that you know this thing's not gonna get damaged in shipping. This is better than even having dual wall, so that's really excellent for the shipping aspect of what's going on here. So let me pull this little top box out here. This is probably gonna have all of our extra little parts and stuff like that, our little doodads for building the system. Pop that cap. Okay, so inside of here, we have, so if you guys get this, we have the PSU DC cables, the PSU power supply cord, we have the instruction manual. Let's see what else is underneath here. It's pretty much all of the cables, the manual, everything that you're gonna need to get your system up and going. These are our 2.5-inch little drive bays. You've got stuff for doing all your cable management. You've also got, what else we got going on here? I forgot to open this up. This looks like a ribbon cable though. So, oh, okay, I know what this is now. Yeah, this is a ribbon cable for mounting your video card, which is pretty cool. If you guys saw me do some of our other systems, we actually vertical mounted a card, and this is that same type of component. So you get the 3M double stick tape, stick it wherever you want to get, and then the cable's in here. Pop this thing out of here somewhere. They got anything I'm gonna rip it open with? Heck, I guess I'll just have to use my trusty knife. I just don't want to shock the thing. So cut that open so you guys can actually really see exactly what this is. So this is basically a flex cable for your video card. One slot goes into your PCI, the other for your video card. You can see right here, your video card in here, then this goes into the slot in your motherboard and you're good to go. Has that really fresh computer smell to it too. So, all right, I'll gently set this stuff off to the side though, and we'll take a look actually at the Bulldog itself. A mini kit system. So I'm going to stand up for this one too. This thing weighs a little bit here. It's not the lightest case in the box. And then again, it has a motherboard and everything in it, and a power supply. So it's probably one there, one there. Box over there. Hope that won't hit any camera equipment. All right, I'm good to go there. And let's get this back down here. And then we'll go ahead and unbox this thing. And for all you guys that are, looking for the total close-ups and all the crazy stuff, like I said, we'll be doing a complete build on this Sunday. So you guys will be able to see everything in action as the system is built. So let me pull it out of here. Okay. Whoops. All right. A little magnetic little fan cover. Seemed like it fell off there, but check it out. Let me take a look at it myself too, because first time I've ever seen it in person. Power button, fan area, looks nice and elegant. Check that out. It'll actually fit really well in your living room for building an HT-PC, so you can hook it right up to your TV and all that stuff, which is really going to be killer. And for all your music, all that stuff, there's plenty of room. So let's go ahead though, and let's see what's on the inside. Ah, there we go. Okay, note to anybody who gets this, you kind of slightly pull it off. You don't actually pull it completely off. You pull it slightly back and then you push up, and that's how it pops off. So just remember that if you get one of these yourself and you're going, hey, why can't I open this damn thing? So got a cable all nice and connected here. Let's see what's going on here. There's probably lights or something inside of here. Well, I'll probably see more of that in the build, but I will go ahead and just disconnect this just for a second though, so that we can continue to work without being harbored in any way. So check it out. So looking deeper inside of the Bulldog, right here, we have our CPU liquid cooler. Then we have the motherboard down here. Let's see, we got this is the Z270OI Bulldog. So this is the brand new, latest, greatest series chipset from Intel on a nice little mini board. Room for 2.5 right here, 3.5 right here. Remove this, you've got more room inside the case. Cable management, as you guys can see, there's not too much cables at all to get in the way of anything. Once you put the video card in, video card's gonna go and be in the system, you're actually gonna have still quite a bit of room for stuff. And since the power supply is already built inside of it, you're good to go. Now, we have also this fan right here. This is gonna be the fan for the CPU cooler. Inside, excuse me one second, guys. And the video card, like I said, will be the Hydro GTX. And this already has its own liquid cooler as well. So that's pretty much the system. You guys can see the rear I/O, place for your video card locking piece. And this looks very, very nice. It's got antennas, so it's completely Wi-Fi built in. Don't have to worry about anything. Most people who have on, stuff at their house that use the Wi-Fi, you don't want to have to buy a separate card or rely on anything. So you'll be right on the internet and everything directly through your system with the Wi-Fi. I like that. It's a great feature. It even still has some old school stuff. That's right. On the sides, we see ventilation all on the side right here. Flip it around to the front. I'll go ahead and take this plastic piece off here so we can see this a little bit better. Get rid of all that plastic. Alrighty then. Now you guys see this looks pretty sharp. Looks pretty futuristic. It's very nice and clean. Looks like old school, like expensive, you know, type of equipment. Now on this side, there's not gonna be too much ventilation because the power supply is located right here. It's kind of actually hard to see the power supply. I'd like to try to show it to you guys a little bit better though, so I'll move this out of the way. Maybe we can get this up a little bit closer, but the power supply is embedded in the system right here, and it's very small. Probably one of the smallest power supplies I've seen, and it's 600 watts, so it's a lot of power inside of there for such a small thing. And on the very bottom, like I said before, this little thing pops on. So if you don't want to have that open, you can have it closed to not get any dust in it. Either way, it's your choice. There are 4 little nice feet. Keep the thing from sliding all around, and each one of these little feet has a nice little rubber grommet on each one to keep it from damaging your furniture or from sliding around too much. And for you folks out there who have never seen this card before, let's go ahead and unbox it as well so you guys can check that out too. So take off all this plastic. Remove this plastic. Get rid of it all. All right, whoa. All right, there we go. Let's see. Got a little cap right here on the bottom. Pop cap. Pop that bad boy. Pop it again. I'm not going to go into all that cheesy stuff of showing you the box and all that stuff because you guys saw the box. Let's see the damn card. That's what's important, right? Checking out the bad boy video card. All right. Once again, we'll pop a cap. Inside, standard, usual stuff. Your paperwork. No, foam protection, protecting the video card. All your drivers, manual, all that good stuff. More screws for putting in your build, depending on what you're doing. Warranty card. Set all that stuff off to the side. Let's actually check out the card itself, though. Pull this sucker out of here. And let's take a look at this thing. Let's see here. Okay, so right off the bat, though, got to tell you guys, they're working with a couple of people, obviously, in this build. Asus on the motherboard, and now the video card is MSI. So this is the GeForce GTX 1080. Corsair logos on the side of it though, since it's a conjunction with them. Single 8-pin power connector. Nice metal backplate. Got the nice dragon design on there. A few people like that. I like all these little red covers on the card though. Those all look pretty cool. Don't see that all that much. Most cards don't have that. Single fan design. And as I'm sitting here trying not to let this thing fly around, let's just real quick take a look at the AIO on it. So here's the AIO. Single fan, single power, Corsair fan, all gonna fit inside of the Bulldog. So this is pretty much the stuff and all the parts for the Bulldog build. Like I said, this Sunday, we'll be doing the full build so you guys can check it out in the time lapse. So make sure you stay tuned here to Tech It Tomorrow. Like usual though, we'll have a link to all these parts down below. So if you're interested in building the system and copying it for yourself and competing with our build, hey, you can do so. And we'll see you guys on the battlefield.